Dear parent, dear parents, partners, family members, friends, INSEAD faculty, alumni, and staff, and especially the students, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the commencement ceremony of INSEAD Masters in Management Class of 2027. Thank you for coming to help mark this special achievement, and thank you also to those who are joining us online. My name is Samir Hasija. I am the Dean of Asia Campus and Executive Education, and it is my great pleasure to be with you here today. I am joined on stage by your commencement speaker, Kun Jiang, MBA 13D, founder of The Joyful Nest, and our Dean, Francisco Veloso. I will introduce each of them later on. Dear MIM 2027 class, today marks a very special day. We are here to celebrate your achievement in completing one of the most intense global education programs, the INSEAD Masters in Management. In 10 months, you have completed 3/4 of a coursework that most programs do in 2 years. Even with such an intense academic program, you've contributed significantly to the life in school and the success of our program in many ways. You have picked up the mantle and continued to lead the Health Week, addressing important topics related to physical and mental health, nutrition, and balancing a healthy lifestyle and careers. A big thank you to Gaia, Alexander, Johanna, Teresa, Eleanor, and Luan for leading this initiative. Can we please get a round of applause for them? You made the INSEAD community walk, run, and cycle during the climate run. Thank you, Etienne, Morgan, Marilyn, Enrico, and Anishka for getting us out of our chairs into action to offset our carbon footprint in line with INSEAD's commitment. Can we also get a round of applause for them? I'm a bit embarrassed that I was not able to join. It was a very hot day. A special thanks to Pavni, Ritik, and Lucy for your leadership in organizing the earthwork on the Fontainebleau and Singapore campuses, and to Navneet and Muskan for bringing TEDx back to INSEAD. I'd like to give a special shout out to Louis Fiacre for his hard work in bringing CEOs to the campus from Chateau, Equem, Belmont, and Orient Express to allow you to learn from those who've gone before you, and to Caroline Mullins for developing her organizational skills to ensure you traveled, socialized, and had fun. Just from the applause, I realized that Caroline worked really hard. I don't want to know because your parents and partners are here. You have contributed in other significant ways through Emerald Consulting by actively engaging in student clubs, being on the leadership teams, and serving on the student council. I will come back to the council in a moment. When you were not busy studying or organizing events, and parents, trust me, they were mostly busy studying, you also took the opportunity to build new ventures. From the 51st INSEAD Venture Competition, I'd like to extend a big round of applause to Hugo for his venture idea, agri-tech tools for farmers to build a personalized farm crop portfolio, balancing profit, yield, and climate resilience, and for winning the Patrick Turner MBA 78 prize. Hugo. At this point, I would like to thank your families, parents, partners for their generous support of you. You can all be very proud of your MIM'27 class. I would request the MIM'27 class to stand up, turn around, and give an applause to everybody who's here to support you. Thank you very much. Now, I would like to thank my esteemed INSEAD colleagues who play an important role in your success, our amazing faculty for providing the inspiring learning environment, for challenging your thinking, while also creating opportunities for you to learn from each other. A particular shout out to career coaches and the whole career development team who work so hard to connect the employers with students, adapting to the ever-changing job market situation, and helping you to achieve success in securing internships and jobs. If there's one thing that I can tell you about careers is, if you ask for a job, you will get advice. If you ask for advice, you will get a job. I also want to thank the staff working hard, giving you the best experience possible. A special mention goes to Agatha, Laura, Salome, and of course, Anne, who's the director of the MIM program. Thank you to the Student Life team, led by Katya, Karen, Narayani, and the team here in Singapore for all your work on this commencement ceremony. I know you're sitting there very nervous if I'm going to go off script. I haven't been so far, so it's okay. And most importantly, congratulations to all of you. It is now my pleasure to introduce you to Francisco Veloso, Dean of INSEAD. Francisco Veloso is the Dean of INSEAD since September 2023, leading the school across its full range of activities and 4 locations. Previously, he was the Dean of Imperial College Business School, and before that, the Dean at Católica Lisbon School of Business and Economics. Francisco spent his formative years in Carnegie Mellon, where he was a full professor and still retains an adjunct position. Francisco's research focuses on high-tech innovation and entrepreneurship. He has several dozen publications in leading academic journals and has won several international awards for his academic work, including the Alfred P. Sloan Industry Studies Fellowship and the Stan Hardy Award for the outstanding paper published in Operations Management. He is a dedicated educator with thousands of hours of degree and non-degree teaching, as well as supervision of more than 10 PhD dissertations, 5 of which won international awards. He regularly works as a consultant and advisor to startups, established firms, universities, and governments around the world. He is currently a non-executive board member at Arica Holding BV and Movendo Capital BV. Francisco is an active contributor to key international business school accreditation bodies such as AACSB, EFMD, and AMBA, and is currently on the global board of directors of the AACSB. Francisco has a PhD in technology, management, and policy from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, as well as an MSc in economics and management of science and technology, and an undergrad degree in physics engineering, both from the University of Lisbon. But most importantly, he's my boss. Please join me in welcoming Francisco Veloso, Dean of INSEAD.
Thank you, Samir. It is a real pleasure to be here with you today. Dear Masters in Management Class of 2027, it is really such a pleasure and an honor to be here to celebrate your commencement. And I would, similar to Samir, like to start by extending a warm welcome to your parents, your families, friends, as well as to the members of our community who are also here today or elsewhere to mark this milestone moment. Our alumni, our faculty, our staff. And I do think it's worthwhile for us to celebrate and to recognize all of these that, whose love, encouragement, and late night WhatsApp calls have helped you get here today. So I'm going to ask you again to stand up and applaud all of this community that are here and elsewhere to support you, to this day. I also want to offer a special thanks to our speaker, Kun Yang, about which you'll hear a little bit more, for sharing her inspiring trajectory of achievements and impact that we will all learn a little bit more about very, very soon. Your commencement today is a tremendous achievement. But this ceremony is also a magical moment in academic life, one where our entire community gets together to recognize and celebrate the hard work, the resilience, and the passion that has brought you to this outstanding milestone. And I'm honored to be here with you to start this next exciting chapter of your lives, and to do it here in Singapore, a place of innovation and development, and an inspiration for all of us on what foresight, imagination, and hard work can achieve. And you are indeed a very special group. And graduation is the perfect opportunity for each and every one of you to take a step back and to look around, to see and appreciate your wonderful classmates. And what a truly unique global cohort you are, with 45 different nationalities amongst 217 students. The INSEAD MIM is a unique and special experience that you have gone through together. Each one of you has added a distinctive ingredient: your languages, cultures, skills, experiences, quirks, and together you have cooked up something that only INSEAD could serve. A classroom where no single story dominates and where everyone learns to listen first. Together, you've tackled balance sheets and business models, but also karaoke finals, gastronomic diplomacy, and the occasional morning after. From the forest of Fontainebleau to the city-states of Singapore and across many other places, you have carried one another through deadlines and detours, startups and finals, successes and disappointments. And in doing so, you have forged bonds that will outlast every single job title that you will ever hold. This is a fundamental part of the INSEAD experience, and those forged friendships become the foundation for a lifelong ability to connect across cultures and perspectives. The experience you had and the connections you formed are not by chance. They happened because your wonderful group did not join any school. You joined INSEAD. And for the benefit of the families and friends that are present here, I want to share a few words about the story, the mission, and the distinct nature of our school. Because INSEAD is indeed a very special place, a mission-driven school that stays true to its founding values of diversity, independence, rigor and relevance, closeness to business, and entrepreneurship. INSEAD was founded in 1957 by Georges Doriot, a visionary who believed that business and leadership could knit a war-torn Europe back together. His idea was radical: to create a place that connects ideas, people, and cultures from everywhere, teach them cutting-edge management, and send them around the world to build prosperity and peace. This is a very unique and powerful combination that is just as relevant today as it was then. And while you surely feel it now, this appreciation will become ever more salient as you gain professional experience. I'm often reminded of the transformative power and enduring relevance of our school when I meet alumni around the world, whether at global forums or in more intimate gatherings, especially our most senior alumni. Again and again, they tell me how INSEAD changed their lives. and the deeply held conviction that the world needs INSEAD now more than ever. And I have that direct experience myself, that connection to the transformative power, not just because I became the dean of this wonderful school a few years ago, but actually going back to the 1980s, when I first encountered INSEAD. In 1980, my dad was a marketing executive in a firm in Portugal. And he came to INSEAD to do a long-form executive program in marketing. This was just 6 years after we had our democratic revolution in Portugal. And we were quite insular at that time. He returned home electrified, talking about marketing segmentation in the morning and multicultural dinners at night. That left a long-lasting impression on his career and on his personal journey. And through him, in my family, particularly myself and my sister were old enough to appreciate a little bit of his experience. But of course, INSEAD has evolved and grown since 1957 and since 1980. We are a truly global institution with campuses around the world, from Singapore and Abu Dhabi and a hub in San Francisco. We have gained global recognition and impact. Our faculty create pioneering research that shapes how companies address some of the most pressing issues of our time, from AI to circular economies to the future of work. And we continue to innovate and to look to the future through our curriculum, our executive training, and our global engagement. But most important, INSEAD has remained true to the vision of our founders and to our mission of bringing together the people, the culture, and the ideas to develop responsible leaders who transform business and society, who strive to make the world a better place. There are many other business schools that are very good at teaching about management, but there's only one truly global business school, the only one where there is no dominant culture in the classroom, where everyone is a minority, where everyone learns to respect, to work, and cherish all perspectives and experiences, and to drive positive impact in the world through business. In today's increasingly polarized world, the need to bring diverse people together, to collaborate, to dialogue, to communicate, to drive impact has never been more urgent. And that's why INSEAD is so important. And that's why you are so important, because you are INSEAD. And this brings me to you and your responsibility. The next stage of your journey happens at a crucial moment in history. The world is once again facing great disruption and divide. We're living through a time of profound transformation, technological, environmental, and societal. Generative AI is rewriting industries faster than regulators can blink. Wildfires now burn north of the Arctic Circle, and wars have emerged and re-emerged. The need to come together, to build bridges, and to connect has never been greater. But despite this challenging and sobering context, I remain optimistic. That's in no small part thanks to you, the MIM class of 2027. After all, you've just completed your MIM right here at INSEAD, and that makes you part of the solution. We have prepared you to deal with all the business and societal issues responsibly, ethical, and with sound judgment, to make positive impact, to drive transformation. You have the knowledge and the skills to analyze, the values to choose wisely, and the network to mobilize change. And as graduates of INSEAD, that means you carried great responsibility, especially in today's challenging times. You are in this unique and privileged position, one with the potential to change people's lives. So, whenever you source a supplier, ask about its carbon plan. Whenever you launch a product, test its bias. When you get a seat at the table, keep an empty chair for the unheard, because it's not only important to succeed, but to connect and to lead with purpose beyond yourselves. The world needs not more spectators, it needs more responsible leaders, and that title belongs to you right now. Take your knowledge and your experience to your future companies and back to your communities. Use it to bring about change. You have an outsized role to play in transforming the world and an outsized responsibility to lead by example. But you're not alone in this task. In fact, while today you celebrate the conclusion of your studies, it's not the end of your INSEAD journey. Becoming a graduate of INSEAD brings with it a powerful network of peers and friends around the world who will be with you throughout your life. You will be part of a global community of more than 73,000 strong INSEAD alumni in 183 countries. A global community of responsible leaders, just like you. No other business school has the breadth and depth of the alumni community such as ours. This expansive network is not just a testament to our shared history. It is really a vibrant, active community ready to support you in your future endeavors. Ask any alum to look at the WhatsApp of their promotion of their year, and you will be amazed by the level of activity 10, 20, 30 years on. Need a co-founder in Nairobi, an investor in São Paulo, a mentor in Seoul? They're just one email away. If you make the first move, the network works at the speed of your own generosity. So give first, ask back second, and watch the opportunity boomerang back around when you least expect it. Engage with your National Alumni Association. Volunteer. Share what you learn. The more you contribute, the richer the experience becomes to all of us. This is the secret sauce of INSEAD, a network that grows in value as you contribute to it. Let us continue to build this legacy together, fostering a community that thrives on mutual support and a shared vision for a better world. And do stay in touch with us. We're fully vested in your success. I look forward to hearing your stories of success in the future. And I want also to learn about how INSEAD has transformed your life, and now you're changing the world for the better. Singapore's founding father, Lee Kuan Yew, once said, "There is a glorious rainbow that beckons those with the spirit of adventure." And there are rich findings at the end of that rainbow. To the young and the not too old, I say, look at the horizon, follow that rainbow, go ride it. Dear MIM Class of 2027, the horizon has never been wider. Go ride that rainbow. Congratulations, Masters in Management 2027. Now go on and change the world.
Thank you, Francisco, for your words of encouragement and inspiration to our MIM Class of 2027. It is my honor now to introduce you to our distinguished alumni speaker, Kun Jiang. Kun Jiang is an entrepreneur, investor, and an INSEAD entrepreneur in residence who believes the most meaningful businesses are born out of real human pain points. She began her career in law, investment banking, and private equity. Then she saw the light before moving into entrepreneurship. She founded Biomark, a healthcare diagnostics and analytics platform that expanded across 5 countries, serving thousands of clinics and millions of patients. Through her lived experience and listening to mothers, she identified a gap in postpartum care, where clinical support existed, but the emotional and recovery journey was often overlooked. Seeing an untapped blue ocean opportunity in Vietnam, she founded the Joyful Nest, the country's first luxury postpartum sanctuary, combining medical excellence with deeply personalized restorative care. Today, she is focused on expanding the Joyful Nest while mentoring and investing in businesses across Southeast Asia that turn real-world challenges into meaningful and scalable impact. Please join me in warmly welcoming Kun Jiang to the podium.
Dean Veloso, Dean Hazija, distinguished faculty, parents, family, and friends, and of course, the MIM Master in Management Class of 2027. Congratulations. What an achievement. As I look across the sea of young, and I would have to say very much above average good-looking faces, I'm filled with a sense of hope for the future. A while ago, I was trying to explain to a friend, someone who hadn't been to INSEAD, what INSEAD meant to me. Wow, what a big question. And I did what most of my promotion would have done. I reached for a bottle of wine. Metaphorically speaking, of course. This is what I told my friend. Leaving INSEAD with a degree is like being given a bottle of wine. Newly crafted, beautifully made, you carry it home, you store it carefully, you tend to it. And there's something peculiar about this bottle of wine. You can pull the cork, you can take a sip, you can put the cork back, and the wine never goes sour. You drink it often, many times a year, and each time the flavors have deepened, richer and finer, year after year. And the most strange and beautiful thing about this bottle is that it never runs empty. The more you drink from it, the better it gets. And that is INSEAD for me in a nutshell. Just last week, I was in Ho Chi Minh City. I was having a really hard day on both work and personal fronts. I dropped into my friend Tammy's art studio. She's a good friend from my 13D promotion. And we walked around the corner to a local coffee shop. And we sat down in these tiny little plastic chairs. I think there must be a rule in Vietnam that every cafe must have these really tiny plastic chairs. And we sipped on the local beverage, which is the Vietnamese coffee, and it's famously strong. And we just talked. I left 20 minutes later with heart palpitations, but also feeling much lighter. 13 years after we left INSEAD, on a hard Tuesday in a coffee shop in Ho Chi Minh City, the bottle is still pouring and it's only getting more beautiful. I sat where you're sitting right now 13 years ago, and I had no idea that the people next to me in my class in Fonte and Singi will become some of the most important people in my life. My personal board, the ones that I would call at crossroads, the ones that would celebrate weddings, the birth of children, promotions, failures, heartbreaks, and reinventions together. Look to your left. Please do. Some people don't know where the left is. Look to your right. Look around this room. Take it all in. There will be many lifelong friendships here. And perhaps even some marriages. And even perhaps some babies. I'm starting with this because everything I've learned in the last 13 years come back to it. The work, the career ladder, the achievements, the company that almost broke me, the company that became my calling. Through it all, every season, every vicissitude of life, one thing truly matters. And that is your relationships. Deepen your relationships. Now, every speaker on a night like this tells you relationships matter. They always have. But here is why I think it matters now than when I was sitting where you are. For my whole career thus far, there are two things that set people apart: how good you were at your work and who you knew. Technical expertise was a real edge. It took years to build and was rare. But AI is changing that. The technical work, the analysis, the modeling, the coding is being commoditized fast. The thing that used to take years now take an afternoon. So one of your two advantages is disappearing, which leaves the other one, the relationships. Human to human relationships are becoming more valuable, not less. This isn't sentimental advice. This is the clearest advice I have. Let me show you what I mean through some stories from my life. Before INSEAD, I had a really good career on paper. A law and commerce double degree in Melbourne, investment banking after that, in a niche called structured finance. Hard to get into, long hours, great pay. So why did I leave? Here's a practice that I want to share with you. You can do it as soon as next month. I looked up. While working in Hong Kong, I looked at the people 2 levels above me. I watched how they spent their days. I watched one of them, who shall not be named, bring his kid into his corner office on weekends. And the kid would play quietly in the corner of his corner office while the work went on, almost every weekend. And I thought to myself, no, that's not what I want. Most of you will be working under a boss very soon. Look up, watch carefully. Whatever you see, let yourself see it clearly. Whatever the answer is to, do I want that life? It's information that you can act on. Success is expensive. The only question is whether you're willing to pay what it costs. So for me, the answer was no. I decided I didn't want to be a career banker. So I came to INSEAD not knowing what came next, only knowing that I wanted more pathways in front of me to choose from. And INSEAD widened the world for me. After it, I did impact investing, private equity, and VC. And then, after 5 years of that, I started my own company. When I was sitting with the idea of leaving private equity to start a startup, leaving a well-paid, stable job for something completely uncertain, I didn't make that decision alone. I went to my INSEAD friends. I asked them whether I should do it. And I remember the lunch really clearly. It was on level 33, which is a really beautiful gastropub overlooking Marina Bay Sands, where we are now. It was a cloudless day. We were feeling literally on top of the world. So I asked my 4 INSEAD friends sitting in front of me, should I give up the comfortable career that I had, the good paycheck, the Singapore Airlines business class flights, the 5-star hotels, the private drivers? Should I all give it up to start my own business? And the answer was unequivocal. Yes, do it, they said. So I did. I left my job. So fast forward a few months later, I found myself in Manila, in an apartment in Mandaluyong, which is a much humbler suburb than Makati or BGC. And we had converted this apartment into a small office. The apartment may or may not have witnessed a number of cockroach infestations. And the tech team were sleeping on mattresses on the floor. My COO, Martin, who was an INSEAD alum, and a team of engineers camped out there for months. I downgraded to budget airlines and $30 hotel rooms. And I thought to myself, wow, my friends gave me really bad advice. Or they must really hate me. Jokes aside, their belief in me became part of why I believed in myself. The big decisions in your life are not made alone. They're made inside relationships you built with people whose judgment you trust. So build those relationships now and become one of them for someone else. So, back to my first company, Biomark. The problem we were solving was real. I won't bore you with the details, but essentially we connected laboratories to clinics, hospitals, doctors, patients, in an environment where most of the workflows were still manual. And we had a clear technical solution and software to connect different systems and algorithms that explained what a blood test result meant. We spent 2 years building this tech. Now you can vibe code this tech in about 2 days. So 2 years for 2 days. But here is my insight. The technology of the company was never the moat of the business. The real work of Biomark, the work that was the reason why the company was acquired, wasn't the code. It was the network that we built. Walking into clinics one by one, convincing doctors to change how they worked to use our system. Sitting with hospital administrators over weeks of meetings until they trusted us. Building relationships, growing the network, slowly, in person, one practice at a time. And that's the work that AI cannot do. And that's the work that takes years. And that was the real moat of the business. In the world you're walking into, technology has become the easy bit. Relationships, more than ever, are what will make the difference. Your network will be your net worth. Now, here comes the harder part of the story to tell. It's the part where bad things happen. It's the part where I also found my calling. So I exited Biomark during COVID, partly luck, partly because of that real moat around the business. But during my early days of Biomark, I had also become pregnant. And what followed was the hardest period of my life. It came out of nowhere. Through a series of unfortunate instances, I suffered severe postnatal depression. People describe depression in different ways. For me, it was like walking through a long, dark tunnel with no end. I want to take you back to one afternoon. I'm in my bedroom, the sun is setting, the lights are off, and the room is dark. I'm by myself, and I'm crying. And the tears just roll down my face, and I can't stop them. My wonderful husband, Andrew, is outside looking after our baby. My mother is making a lovely meal for me. I'm surrounded by love, and yet I felt utterly alone. Alone and afraid. I'm afraid of 3 things at the same time. I'm afraid that I will feel like this way forever. I'm afraid that the startup that I built would fall apart because I cannot show up for it. And I'm afraid of letting everyone around me down. My husband, my family, my team, my investors, my baby. I'm a woman with a great education, thanks to INSEAD, financial resources, and with a supportive husband and network, but I am drowning. It took months of therapy and people around me who held me through it. And later, I learned that what I experienced wasn't unique. 1 in 3 mothers suffer from postnatal depression or anxiety. I don't want to scare you off having babies, by the way. You should continue having them. After the worst of it, a question began to sit with me. What service could I have received? What place could I have gone to where I wouldn't have had to go through all that stuff alone? And it took 3 years. I had a second child. I exited Biomark, and I thought about many entrepreneurial ideas. But this one niggled at me. It never let me go. I had to do it. And the question became the Joyful Nest, Vietnam's first premium postpartum sanctuary. I want to tell you what it took to build it, because the unglamorous parts of building something are not often described. The Joyful Nest is housed inside a 5-star hotel, and before we could open, we needed a hotel partner willing to host a category that didn't exist yet in Vietnam. We spoke to hotel after hotel, and all of them said no. They couldn't see our vision. They only saw the risk, that no one had done it locally before. Eventually, after months of getting no's, Vignesh, the general manager at Oakwood, said yes. That partnership is the reason why the Joyful Nest exists at all. Again, it's the relationship. Finding the people who will trust you and bet on you, and that is what makes the difference. Another challenge we had was finding the right people. We needed specialist operational expertise, and the most developed postpartum industry is in Taiwan. The talent I needed was there, but I didn't know how to reach it. So I went to the Taiwan INSEAD alumni community, and through them, I was put in touch with specialist headhunters who knew exactly where to find the people I needed. Without that chain, INSEAD Friends, Taiwan Alumni Group, specialist recruiters, we could not have built the team. And that's how networks actually work. It's not just one phone call. It's a chain of people, each one passing you to the next, each one trusting you because someone they trust trusts you. Just last week, I attended our weekly afternoon tea at the Joyful Nest, the one that we hold for mothers staying with us. And I looked around the room, and 3 things hit me at once. The mothers were young, they looked amazing, full of vitality, just days after giving birth. And they were sharing openly with each other about everything that we're going through. And it was a complete opposite of what I had experienced. I had been alone in a darkened room in tears at the start of a long tunnel. And they were in a room full of light with other women and laughter and conversation, held, connected, recovering. And that's when I felt it, an immense joy, a sense of achievement and gratitude. My suffering had led to something meaningful, and it was helping alleviate the suffering of others. The Joyful Nest has since been featured in CNA, Tatler, Marie Claire, VTV, Vietnam's biggest TV network, and has won national awards. We have pioneered a new industry in Vietnam and are working with the Ministry of Health to shape industry guidelines. But more importantly, I found the work I'd happily do for the rest of my life. As an entrepreneur in residence, people approach me all the time asking whether they should start a business. My answer is always the same. Only start a business if you're solving a problem that you truly care about. It is a hard slog. Are you willing to spend the next 5 to 10 years of your life solving the problem? Do you care about solving it more than anyone else in the world? If the answer is yes, then go for it, because you will overestimate what you can achieve in 1 year and underestimate what you can achieve in 10. The compounding effect is real. Dean Veloso talks about business as a force for good, and here's what I've come to believe about that. Business as a force for good isn't something that you add on top of a successful business to make it more meaningful. Business done well is relationships done well between you and your team, between your service and the people who need it, and between what you build and the community that it serves. A business that creates real value for everyone is, by definition, a force for good. Now, I cannot say what I've just said without saying something to the parents and partners in the room. I didn't fully appreciate my own parents until I became a parent myself. Nothing prepares you for the amount of love and the amount of sacrifice you're willing to make for your children. I have 2 of my own now, and I know now what I couldn't have known at 23, that every success in my life rests on the love that was freely given and that can never truly be repaid. And on the subject of partners, I truly believe that the most important decision you'll ever make for your own happiness is choosing the right partner. Choose carefully, take your time, you've got plenty. Find the person who will be your biggest supporter, your best teammate. What you build at home, the stability of it, will be the strong base from which you build everything else. So can I ask you to stand up a 3rd time and face your family and parents and partners? To the parents and partners and families in this room, thank you. Tonight is yours too. You're about to walk out of here, and the world is going to ask you 1,000 questions about your career and your plans. I will leave you with one thought. In a few moments, you'll walk across this stage, and your name would be read out. A diploma with your name on it will be placed in your hands. But that diploma is not yours alone. There are 100 names that should be on it too. Names you cannot see, but they're all the same. Your parents, your friends, the professors, the partners, the people who believed in you before you believed in yourself. You did not arrive here alone, and you will not get anywhere worth going alone either. The meme may feel like a finish line, but it isn't. All these years only brought you to the starting line of your career, the starting line of the rest of your life. The path ahead is long. There'll be lots of twists and turns. You wouldn't know what's around the corner. You don't need to know. And as you walk into an extraordinary age of change, remember this. Your greatest advantage will not be what you know. It will be who walks beside you. So, deepen your relationships. Tend to them, show up for them, let them show up for you. And 20 years from now, when industries have changed, technologies have evolved, and titles have come and gone, the bottle will still be pouring, only getting more beautiful. Congratulations, MIM Class of 2027.
Every year gets me extremely jealous and depressed. I'll explain. Amongst our professors worldwide, it is well known that teaching at INSEAD means being amongst some of the most talented teachers for the most demanding audiences. It is therefore an absolute honor for our faculty to be nominated and win some faculty awards by the students. I get jealous and depressed because I've been at INSEAD for 18 years, let alone win. I haven't been nominated even once, which is why I stopped teaching and became one of the deans. Every year, every class gets to nominate and vote for their favorite faculty member. And this year, I'd like to invite Daniel Barnov, MIM Council member and the academic representative, to join me on stage and present the awards. Daniel?
Good afternoon. Oh, sorry. Thanks a lot, Dean Hasija. Dear families, friends, staff, faculty, and MIMs. I'm honored to have served as your academic representative this year. And today, I will have the pleasure to announce the winners of the Faculty Awards for MIM Class of 2027. We will start with the Best Faculty Award for Core Courses. The nominees are Miguel Lobo for Data Analysis, and Ilian Mihov for Macroeconomics. So, it's time for the winner to be announced. And the winner is Georgina Hall for Machine Learning and Optimization. Of course. Unfortunately, Professor Hall could not join us today and has sent us this video.
Hi everyone, just a quick video to say thank you so much for having awarded the Best Core Course Award from the MIM 2027 to Machine Learning and Optimization. So every year I really enjoy teaching this course. The MIMs are a great public. I have fun, the classes zip by, I have a laugh. It's a good atmosphere in class, but it's particularly nice when it's reciprocated. So I'm really grateful to have this award. I want to make the most of this short video to say thank you to a lot of people, well, just three in particular. So Agata, the MIM program director, who's been with the MIM since its very beginning, and who's, as a consequence, helped me for every single iteration of this course so far. She's my rock every year. She does a phenomenal job, so thank you very much, Agata. I want to thank Estelle, my wonderful faculty support coordinator, who does a ton of work behind the scenes that you probably don't see, but I do. And without her, the quality of the course would not be as good. So thank you, Estelle. And then the third person I want to thank is Gavin, who was the grade and tutor for the course this year. I hope you're leaving the course with a good understanding of what machine learning is, what AI is, what optimization is, and how these analytical models can be used every day and also in your future jobs. That definitely is a key learning of the class. Another key learning is just how failable these analytical models are. You can have bad data, you can have bad models, and then the output of the model is basically garbage. So it's super important to keep a human in the loop, to double check the output of these models and to think about them critically. So I hope that you apply that moving forward. Just wanted to show you that your bonsai has survived up until now. You can see it in the background. This is a bit of a personal record for me. I typically kill plants within a couple of weeks or months. So, I'm seeing that as a good omen for the future, that bonsai is still alive and well. Thank you so much for everything. I'm really looking forward to hearing what you're up to next. and what you do after the MIM. So do please keep in touch, and I wish you all the very best on your graduation from the program.
Thank you, Professor Georgina Hall, for your words, and congratulations. Now, let's present the nominees for the Best Faculty Award for Practicals. The nominees are Laurence Capron and Olivier Descamps for Build, Borrow, Buy Deals and Valuation, and Stephen Chick and Atalaya Tasso for Sustainability and Business Model Innovation. And the winners are... I need some pressure. Laurence Capron and Olivier Descamps for Build, Borrow, Buy, Deals and Valuation. Unfortunately, Professor Capron and Professor Descamps could not be with us here today and has sent us the following message, which I'm going to read to you. Dear MIM students, receiving this teaching award for our course, Build, Borrow, or Buy, Value and Innovation, truly means a great deal to us. Thank you for this thoughtful recognition. From the beginning, we appreciated the positive energy and engagement you brought to the classroom. Your curiosity and thoughtful participation made the discussions enjoyable and enriching. We also valued the collaborative spirit within the cohort and the way many of you supported one another throughout the program. Teaching such a dynamic and collaborative group has been a privilege, and we hope you continue to bring this same openness, ambition, and team spirit into your future career and projects. Congratulations once again on graduating from the MIM program. You should be extremely proud of everything you have accomplished, and we wish you all the very best for what comes next. Warm regards, Laurence and Olivier. Dear professors, we are very grateful for your words and congratulations to you. Finally, let's present the nominees for the Best Faculty Award for elective courses. The nominees are Ben Chareng Wong for Investments and Asset Management, David Dubois for Digital and Social Media Strategy, and Erdem Doğukan Yilmaz for New Business Ventures. And our final winner is Erdem Doğukan Yilmaz for New Business Ventures. Unfortunately, I know, Professor Yilmaz could not join us in this ballroom, and he sent us his video.
Hello everyone. First of all, congratulations on your graduation. This is a big day for you and for us. And thank you so much for this honor. It truly means a lot to me. It actually encourages me to become an even better teacher. And thank you so much for all the beautiful work you put into the class. It was great to learn with you and learn from you. So if you remember, a few times during the course, I told you that you really need to be lucky in entrepreneurship, but also in life more generally. So please try new things, meet with a lot of people, keep asking difficult questions, and make yourself a big target for luck. I will see you out in the world. Take care.
Thank you, Professor Yilmaz, for your words, and congratulations. Congratulations to all our nominees and winners, and thank you to every faculty member who taught us. This concludes the faculty awards, and we will now hand the time back to Dean Hasidja to continue our ceremony.
Thank you, Danielle, for presenting faculty awards, and of course, congratulations to all the nominees and the award winners. And we also have to thank each and every faculty member who teaches in the MIM program. Their work is essential for the success of this program. Now, every MIM class elects their MIM council at the beginning of the program, and every council is comprised of 8 members, each responsible for a specific area and representing the interests of the entire MIM student body. Could I please ask the council members, Christina, Felix, Foke, Grace, Danielle, Sebastian, Sid, Caroline, and Maria to stand up so that we can give you a round of applause. I'd like to invite Christina and Felix to join me on stage to give the MIM Council address.
Okay, this is the fun bit. So,
Sure. Here is a nice warm way to start your MIM commencement speech.
oh no, I thought you took that bit out. And surely you're not using ChatGPT to write all your work. The MIM is a serious program. We use Claude.
Sorry, Felix, my bad. Well, even Claude doesn't know about the fabulous things we got up to this year. So I can assure you, I wrote the rest all by myself. So, as I was saying, I would like to begin by thanking our esteemed guests for joining us today. Dean Veloso, Dean Hasilla, our wonderful guest speaker, Kun Yang, all faculty, staff, our family, friends, and of course, the terrific MIM Class of 2027. It's our pleasure to address you this afternoon. It only makes sense to begin right at the start. To all of us arriving back in summer Rifonti, last year seems a distant memory. Thinking about those first few days of the MIM, it is hard to believe how much we have changed and experienced together in such a short amount of time. Lifelong bonds had not yet been formed, our wonderful trips had not yet been planned, and we still thought a liability was the friend who never made it to Mecano. We were warmly welcomed by Agatha, who provided vital information and support to all of us. As well as Laura here in Singapore, thank you for your help. It never ceased. Whether dealing with our endless questions, requests, or question El Cusa refusing to check his timetable, we cannot thank you enough for making this year run as smoothly as possible. Hopefully, we will still be able to function in adult life without you guys being by our side.
It is remarkable how much has changed since Fonti in such a short period of time. Looking back at photos, I did not realize the aging effect that back-to-back MBB rejections in a few months has on a human, but I can honestly say I am proud of the way we have supported each other through what has been a challenging year. The easy solution is to close off and only celebrate personal success, putting on a fake smile when a classmate got the job you had dreamed of. But I was truly struck that this cohort formed such a strong rapport which ensured that this was never the case. Although this may land me in trouble with Mitch, I would like to extend a sincere thank you to the entire Careers Network, not just those in the CDC, but to alumni, MBAs, professors, and fellow MIMs who went the extra mile when they knew they could help someone else. And although Thibaut may have slightly exaggerated the Swiss train policy, the INSEAD spirit of give, give, get was clear for all to see. And I know everyone graduating today has felt it. We would like to thank him for his persistent reminders to cherish every moment, to be grateful, and for sharing his obvious passion for this school whose mission he truly believes in. And although the bell in Freddy's may have fallen silent as our time in Fonty progressed, the streets surrounding Glasgow certainly did not. We got the chance to experience a mix of beautiful cultures and traditions from across the world. The Germans kicked it off with Oktoberfest, and once French customs allowed, Diwali soon followed. We danced the night away, trying as hard as we could to learn the moves, the highlight of which was Jay and Aryaman stealing the show with a passionate duet. As they proved throughout the evening, it does indeed take two to tango. A packed P1 concluded with a lovely Halloween celebration, where Pablo, Ale, and Luis coordinated with a memorable tribute to cultures from afar. Our final celebration in Fonty was Chinese New Year, which gave us the chance to welcome the Year of the Horse. In some ways, riding a horse is a fitting metaphor for the MIM, in the sense that it's a bumpy ride, you're not sure how you're going to get off, and you have to constantly reassure your parents it was worth the price.
And although these cultural evenings often had an army of proud patriots determined to get them off the ground, the majority of our social events, from mixers to fundraising dinners to 200-person trips, did not. Instead, they were put together almost single-handedly by one of the most organized, selfless, and hardworking people any of us has ever met. Determined to show that Belgians are not just boat race experts, Caroline took it up on herself to ensure that every MIM had an experience to cherish. Whether it was changing late payments, navigating last-minute cancellations, or apologizing to venues for certain Italians being discovered asleep on the toilets at 7 a.m. the next morning, she did all the work that most of us would simply never commit to. We would go on for hours detailing her efforts this year, but I will just finish by saying she's truly one of a kind, and we all owe her an immense debt of gratitude. So Caro, on behalf of the MIM, thank you for all your hard work these last 10 months, and best luck for the future. Speaking of the future, standing here today, I'm so incredibly excited to see which paths we will all follow, or carve out ourselves. The array of top-tier jobs and projects this cohort is about to pursue is a testament to the rigor, drive, and determination shown by all of us this year, but also to the outstanding support received from INSEAD. The chance to learn, ask questions, and work together at this school is like nothing I had experienced before. I truly believe that there is no better room that a young student can be in than this one. Looking around, it is not hard to feel inspired. And as we head into the next stage of our lives, I want to remind all of you that this is not the end, but instead the start of an exciting chapter, as we can finally put our decades of education into practice. Unless you come back for an MBA. Although even the deans may not approve of that.
In preparing this speech, I find myself thinking about the greatest effect that INSEAD has had on me. And I think it is this. Since joining the school, I aim higher, and I know many of my classmates will share that feeling. When you're surrounded every day by people this driven, intelligent, and ambitious, it changes the way you see your own potential. You begin asking yourself whether you too could be part of this extraordinary community of people determined to leave a mark on the world. And as we appreciate the incredible position we are now in, there remains one final group to thank. The people without whom none of this would be possible, and I'm of course talking about our parents, relatives, and all those around us who have sacrificed so much and worked so hard to give us the chance to enjoy such a fortunate life. It is not lost on us how lucky we are, and we hope that as we go on to find our own ways in life, you can look on and be proud of the paths we take. And if not, we will always we will always be happy to buy you a few drinks and call it even.
So, to the class of 2027, thank you. Thank you for the conversations that challenged us, for the friendships that made difficult moments manageable, and for maintaining the INSEAD spirit throughout this year. We arrived here as strangers from every corner of the world, all with different experiences, dreams, and expectations. Somewhere between case prep rooms, career stress, spontaneous trips, and nights that ended a little later than intended, connections were formed, which ensured that this group that began as a cohort leaves here today as a strongly bonded community. So as we move on, I hope we carry forward not just the ambition that brought us to INSEAD, but also the perspective that this year gave us, that the strongest people are not those who succeed alone, but those who bring others forward with them. So congratulations to you all, best of luck with what is to come, and thank you for making this year unforgettable. See you all at the reunion.
Thank you, Christina and Felix, for your engagement, and bravo on your achievements. By the way, Christina, if you don't come back for an MBA, as the Dean of Executive Education, I can say you can always come back for executive education. And Felix, executive education is not a horse, we are a dragon, totally worth it. This brings us to the favorite part of your faculty, which is to recognize those amongst you who have performed exceptionally well in your academic journey by being the top 10% in your class. I present to you the Dean's List of INSEAD Masters in Management Class of 2027. Can the members of the Dean's List please stand up so that we can applaud you? This is a great moment of pride for you, although I'm a little worried that during your reunions you'll be scarred. Now, what we bring from here is something very special, and it is my pleasure to introduce the winner of this year's Dean Mihov and Professor Pear Prize, which is awarded here to recognize the student with the highest GPA out of 218 students. And this year's honor goes to Daniel Baronov from Russia. Daniel will give the valedictorian address now.
Good afternoon. Dear faculty, staff, dear guests, parents, dear MIMs. First, let me apologize for taking so much airtime today. I couldn't resist. But I tried to be brief. I'm deeply grateful for this recognition. It matters a lot to me. But in fact, I owe it to each one of you. The year at INSEAD was rough at times, and luckily there were people around to support me. My family, my dear friends, my classmates, and everyone at INSEAD who keeps it running. If you think about it, nothing would be possible without others. Our great lunches at the cafeterias wouldn't be possible without our great cooks, payment app developers, and the whole food supply chain. Our campuses wouldn't be so clean without people working 7 days a week to make it look brand new. Fontainebleau Oktoberfest, Lisbon trip, ski trip, Bali trip, Health Week, Earth Week, paintball, yearbook, you name it. Every initiative was made possible because of the people who chose to organize it. And INSEAD, as a school, was made possible because people came together and made it a reality. They gave their time, they gave their effort, and today we are going to get our degrees. I want you to think about everyone who helped you get to this wonderful point, and as a small tradition of this commencement ceremony, I invite you to stand up one more time and applaud those people and yourselves. Sometimes it's just never enough. It's an honor to give a speech, especially today. And I thank you for that. You know, while I have this fleeting moment of inflated self-importance, I invite you to take a quick look into that certain future that lies in front of us. Looking years ahead, many problems might come up on our way. This year has exposed many of them. AI. AI made its way from being a friendly chat, which can draft an email with dashes for us, to a universal tool that can do nearly everything we've been trained for, and a little more, even if you studied quantum physics. Conflicts around the world have grown into disruptors of peace, economies, and lives. Diseases are putting to the test every healthcare system humans have built so far. And don't even get me started on the job market. We all are facing these challenges already as everything is globally interconnected. And INSEAD signifies it by bringing us together from across the planet, sending us from France to Singapore, and making us open-minded and respectful to an amazing diversity of life and cultures we have in this world. This knowledge, this mindset, gives us something which can either help us build the next Singapore or make us destroy what previous generations have meticulously put together. And this something is power. And today, dear MIMs, you start your path to it. Looking years ahead, many of you will have the opportunity to shape your surroundings and move others toward your beliefs. You will become leaders who can transform business and society. But as you know from both INSEAD and a famous movie, great power comes with great responsibility. We are going to be responsible for those we love and those who depend on us. This might require our time, our effort, and sometimes our soul. A sacrifice, if you may, that can never pay off in money or fame, but instead can pay off in meaning. Here I would like to quote André Maurois, who wrote in his open letter, "Tout être qui vit pour les autres, pour son pays, pour une femme, pour une œuvre, pour les affamés, pour les persécutés, oublie merveilleusement ses angoisses et aussi médiocres soucis," which stands for anyone who lives for the others, for the country, for a woman, for art, for the hungry, for the persecuted, wonderfully forgets about their own worries and petty anxieties. I'm certain your parents know what I'm trying to say here. Mine certainly do. But please, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that your own happiness should be put aside. I'm just saying, don't waste your life and potential pursuing just wealth accumulation. Money is your tool, your mean, not the goal. Probably that's not something you want to hear on your graduation day, but we're all going to be dead. Didn't expect a laugh. So what truly matters is what we build, not what we consume. Surely, I'm trying to push you and myself to listen to your consciousness, your hearts, and be the best versions of yourselves. But I know you cannot force people to change. Humanity has attempted that for centuries and has failed every time. History repeats, and human beings continue being human beings, imperfect as we are. I know one speech changes nothing, or almost nothing. Which brings me to my last point and my favorite INSEAD tradition, the bell and the gong. What a great way to announce your failures. But to me, it's more about trials. Trying to get a job, trying to break a bad habit, trying to bring out the best in people. Failing often, discouragingly often, but still trying. Maybe you will not fully succeed at what you're set out to do, but every attempt will become one small drop of effort to build the world you want to live in. And maybe, by the end of this short but inspiring journeys of ours, these small drops will add up to an ocean and leave the foundation for next generations to keep trying in the same selfless cycle we call life. It may not have a grand purpose, but it is beautiful in itself. Good luck with whatever comes your way, and thank you.
Thank you, Daniel, and congratulations again on this significant achievement. And now, the moment that we've all been waiting for, which is the class recognition ceremony. We will call the first student very shortly, so just to give you some logistics of how we're going to manage this. When we start the class recognition ceremony, the team positioned in the room will indicate when you should stand up, so please wait for them to give you that signal. You will come up from the stage on the left-hand side. Thank you to the team to tell me which hand to raise. And receive your diploma. We'll take a photo with you, and afterwards you will exit from the right and go back to your seat. Does that make sense? All right. So, we're ready to go? Ready?
It is now my pleasure and absolute delight to call upon the stage the first graduate of the class of MIM 2027, Julian Adam. Nishika Agarwal. Chaitani Mohan Agarwal with distinction. Isha Agrawal. Ayman Ahwaji. Felix Alan. Adrian Alvarez Comella. Mohamed Ameri. Anna Antipowa. Shai Arora. Foto. Anissa Ayush. Nishta Bahal. Daniel Baranov with distinction. Bernardo Barata Salgueiro Mateus. Pietro Barba Navaretti. Marie-Charlotte Bobijon. Hannah Bear. Maria Beżu. Nur Belhadj Benaiba. Luan Benetton. Luan. Joshai Bensousson. Justus Benz with distinction. Shlok Bagat. Eugenie Biens. Maria Bitar. Thomas Blond. Yassine Bouanfir. Tessa Brel. Suzanne Brunet. Volker Bruno with distinction. Etienne Bureau. Hugh Basker. Henry Cairns. Iago Campos. Jean Camus. Marina Cassoran Michaud. Jean-Baptiste Seconello. Yuni Cham. Rima Chan. Rushat Chandra. Neil Chaturvedi. Shishail Chavadi. Stuart Cheng. Alexandra Chidiak. Chirag Chudari. Stephen Chu. Matthias Siers with distinction. Luca Massimo Ciocca. Sasha Klavlu. Hugo Cohen. Sasha Cohen-Scali with distinction. Kit Collins. Lucy Colonna. Luis Cuna Barros Pacheco de Melo. Oliver Dauno with distinction. F. Daon. Charles Darenberg. Arnaud d'Avignon. Eleonore de Bocquet. Marilyn Deman with distinction. Tadeo Delaporte. Hesper Deng. Baptiste Denner. Margot Derian. Navneet Dilip Menon. Luca Jama. Theodor Dmowski with distinction. Aryaman Dosaj. Hugo Durel. Alice Echamion. Maximilian Egbers with distinction. Salma El Ghazi. Christian El Koussa. Hendrik Eldgers with distinction. Phoenix Yershow. Benjamin Farouz. Louis Fiacre. Pablo Fierro Ramirez. Christian Filipovic. Clément Flaherty. Enrico Franz with distinction. Eric Frostel. John-Luc Gannon. Muskan Garg. Alexa Geyer. Teja Simaredi Giri. Emma Gisardin. Gabriel Gostio. Victor Grange. Nikos Grylos. Ronak Gupta. Kushi Gupta. Sami Hantes. Antoine Asson. Antoni Hatem. Jovius Haidt. George Heng. Ludwig Heumann with distinction. Richard Ome. Vanessa Hsu. Serera Hu. Hanna Heibechtsen. Mario Innocente. Duru Irktas. Adèle Isotier. Pranav Jain. Sid Jain. Jay Jain. Adam Jedyński. Maksymilian Kantowski with distinction. Ritik Kapadia. Adrian Kutsenrayer Lagos with distinction. Jakopo Koning. Karim Kushrat. Stavros Koutroupis. Panos Kouvatsos. Sousan Kreidie. Sebastian Kreisman van Spannenberg. Mehdi Lagdani. Chloe Larku. Assia Lebib. Un Lervitaya with distinction. Kian Lee. Dylan Lee. Jason Lin. Sandra Lin. Jie Lin. Lidia Lisanti. Gaia Lucidi. Owen Ma. Ruoning Ma. Anushka Mahawal. Palash Mankodi. Gadi Mansour. Kilin Magluglin. Johanna Metzger. Alexander Meyer. Amanda Michowilowicz. Olimpia Mizrahi. Aniszka Muna. Jade Moisen. Caroline Mullens. Benjamin Nam. Noshin Nawar. Calvin Nguyen. Caroline Nijhuis. Marcus Overt. Shweta Parthasarathi. Federico Pepe. Miguel Perebon. Paul Pirou. Kavya Ramiredi. Flavio Riva. Alessandro Rossi. Ayush Roy. Laurent Saiz with distinction. Anthony Safa. Alban Saint-Marc. Sahil Samel. José Sampaio. Louis Sauvignon. Johannes Scharfenberg. Geisa Schneider with distinction. Timo Schuller with distinction. Cardo Celo. Gilles Somples with distinction. Zaid Serhan. Guillaume Serra Verdaguer. Ahmad Shah. Zail Shamoy. Shubh Sharma. Suhani Sharma. Akshar Sharma. Audrey Shen. Ishan Singh with distinction. Yusuf Sleiman. Sasha Smits. Pavni Sopti. Jonathan Steele. Teresa Struman with distinction. Emanuele Struzzo. Xuelian Tai. Mitchell Talbot. Yilin Tang. Lucas Tao. Roman Tarika. Janvi Tayal. Luka Trajkowski. Foto. Elijah Tsai. Steven Tu. Morgan Van Ende. Diego Van Emelrik. Arno Van Hoel with distinction. Urban Venkatesan with distinction. Nicolo Verniaghi. Peter Verhamme with distinction. Aldrich Wiene. Kristina Voss. Urban Verhofszek. Grace Wong. Yihong Wong. Leon Weidemeyer with distinction. Lauren Weng. Jessica Whitland with distinction. Gabriel Wolfensberger. Gilles Wouters with distinction. Yaxuan Xiang. Lingzi Xu. Yuheng Yang. Hazel Young. Juliana Jerziang. Francis Yin. Xinke Yu. Kim Gyun Yu. Elif Yükselen. Chachi Tseng. Aybikiye Jinsnur. And last but not least, Denis Zaglam. Congratulations, MIM 2027.
Congratulations, MIM'27. Before we close, just a few more. Thank you, Katya, Karen, Val, Noraini, Firdos, Anne, Agatha, Laura, Salome, and the INSEAD team for working behind the scenes for their excellent work to allow us to have this commencement ceremony. Can we please applaud them once more? A big thanks to our guests, your support of our students and joining us here for this ceremony. Really appreciate you doing that. Following the ceremony, we are delighted to invite you, your family, your friends, and everybody else here for a cocktail reception. There cannot be an INSEAD party without a cocktail reception. The team, of course, will direct you towards the venue at the Bayview Foyer, which is right outside the ballroom. So please exit through the doors on the right. We're now towards the end of the ceremony, and this is my favorite part. So can I please ask the MIM'27 class to stand up for this part of the ceremony? You can take your hats in your hand if you want to. Now, by the power vested in me by INSEAD faculty and the board, I hereby congratulate you and clear the MIM'27 class for graduation. Bravo!